Alright everybody, welcome back. So this one and this one we're gonna be doing we're gonna be deep cleaning the engine and well all this. We'll be deep cleaning all this. We're gonna take the throttle bodies off, the fuel injectors out, and yeah, just a nice clean of all the black painted parts, and then the unpainted part. Obviously clean it. These metal shavings are from when I drilled out the original triple tree. It had those bolts you had to draw out. The top triple clamp, you had to draw out those two bolts. So that's what these little shavings are in the valley of the engine. But yeah, so these pieces, they're already black. They're gonna have to be repainted, but that's like something we could do at the end. Sorry, my neighbors are working on their house, so hopefully that doesn't get too annoying. But yeah, so these pieces we're just gonna do a nice deep clean, and then we'll mask all this off and take a wire wheel on the drill and really clean this up. First, obviously, degrease it and all that stuff. You know, get all these hoses out of here. But yeah, clean this motor up and the drivetrain up and everything. Starter, alternator, clean it all up. Get it looking like new again. Alright, as you can tell, I kind of got carried away. I forgot to hit record. But yeah, so we got the throttle bodies off, obviously, and the injectors. So we're going to clean the engine up like this, and then we could take these off, or we just keep them on. Alternator and starter are off. Pretty simple. You got 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. This one's a little bit hidden for the alternator, and you just gotta slowly pull it out. And then for the starter, these 2 bolts down here, which are those 2, and starter comes out. We just gotta take these off, and that's pretty much everything we gotta take off. And then a bunch of brake cleaner and degreaser, some shop towels, and just get it all nice and clean. And then on this piece on the engine block that isn't painted, we'll take a wire wheel to it to really clean it up. And then these we'll clean just wipe them down, degrease them, make it all look nice. And I think I'm going to repaint them, but it's not necessary for now. Sending with this stuff, I don't think it'll be necessary to have to take it all apart. It's already painted black. It should turn out pretty good after being thoroughly cleaned. So that saves us some time, not having to take all this off to repaint it. But yeah, gonna clean it up. This piece definitely needs to be repainted right here. As you can tell, the front wheel probably picking up some debris and throwing it back at it. But yeah, so we got all that off. This is pretty simple stuff, like injectors. I think on the K1100s, the injector ports are in the block, like they're not on this little. I think they're a little bit different on the K100 and the K1100, or the 16 valve engine and the 8 valve engine. It might be a little bit different, but yeah, here we got our throttle bodies. Let me turn on the light real quick. Alright, so here is our throttle bodies. They should look really good. Not too much carbon buildup in them. A little bit. Not too much, not too bad. So yeah, we're gonna clean these up. Alright, and here are our injectors. Whenever with the bike, you know, runs perfectly. So there's no reason to see anything wrong with the injectors. You know, we don't need to replace them. I think just clean them up a little bit. Maybe just because they're out already, do a rebuild on them. But there's no need to replace them. They're really good. I mean, they're good, you know. And their fuel rail, you know, simple. It's a fuel rail. Nothing special about that. Starter, alternator. Clean them up, make them look good. And yeah. I guess what's next is to run to the store, get a bunch of brake cleaner and degreaser, and shop rags. Just clean this thing up, you know, make it look good. Get some high heat black paint for the top of the engine block, and then I think from there we go to building the seat and the actual rear fairing, you know, getting that made. And now the frame is off, so it's actually a little bit easier. And, you know, refresh throttle bodies, rebuild the injectors, make them, you know, why not? You know, putting a lot of effort into it, so might as well just do it right, do it good. So yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, why not? It shouldn't take too long. Take the front rim off the forks, that way we can see what we can do with, we can play around with the K1200 rim. So the new rim we got, it's like you have to do some things. It's very unclear what you gotta do. It's not like the rear rim where you just bolt it in and there you go. So we'll have to figure out how to use the K1200 rim on the K1100 forks. But I know it's possible. Many people have done it. Because honestly, I'm not a fan of 3 spokes. I think we took this one off. I'm not the biggest fan of them. But that's why we got the K1200 rims, so we'll figure out how to get those on. And yeah, so I guess let's just get cleaning. Let's finish cleaning this up. Luckily, I'm right by an AutoZone, 5 minutes away, so we're gonna be there in 2 seconds. We'll get the stuff. Hopefully it's not too expensive. And yeah. Alright, so 25 bucks later, we got some shop rags, engine degreaser, and a wire wheel brush. This was only 7 bucks. I don't need all of these, but it was like 6-7 bucks, so I just got the set. So let's see how this stuff works, and see how clean we can make it look. Alright, let's let that sit for a little bit, but before I continue on, I'm gonna stuff some paper in there, because that's where the starter went in. So I'm gonna stuff some paper in there and just make sure nothing gets in there. And I think this should be good. Maybe I'll put some more paper in there just in case. But yeah, let's see how clean we can do. No, that doesn't make any sense. The fuck am I talking about? I'm so tired. Let's see how clean we can do. Yeah, that's English, Brian. Okay. Anyways. As you can see, it's cleaning up pretty nice. The greaser's working good, the wire brushes are working real good. I didn't like them small crevices, and this bike has a lot of them. You know, just a shop rag and then a thin screwdriver or whatnot, and so you could push the rag in there and try to get it a little bit cleaner. And then the wire brushes, you know, they scuff it up a little bit, but it's actually okay because the high temperature heat paint will adhere a little bit better. So it's like we're sanding it and cleaning it at the same time. But yeah, so, and all these black pieces are cleaning up nice. So they're cleaning up real nice, so thankfully I won't have to repaint them. Probably, like when the bike's actually finished and I'm riding it a little bit, especially because of this here, I'm probably going to take these off, because you could take these off when the bike's done, you know, you just put it on the center stand and you could take these 4 things off. Those 3 things off. I'll take them off and, you know, get them really professionally, like powder coated maybe, or just professionally repainted, because those are like the main things that you see, you know. But all this other stuff, it looks very good. And this, of course, I'm thinking of repainting this just because, you know, it's a very big focus point on the bike, like on the design of the engine and everything. But it looks clean, you know, it looks good. But yeah, so where we're at so far. Now that I got majority of the crud out of here, I'm gonna take these off so I can clean it up even nicer. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it a night and finish that up tomorrow. And then also probably go to Home Depot or Menards or some stuff. Actually, wire brush this up a little bit more, and then get the high temperature black paint, and then the engine block's pretty clean. It's pretty good. Alright, so what we're doing right now is we're taking these plastic pieces off that have the throttle bodies and the fuel injectors. They house them. We're just taking these off, then putting duct tape over them, cutting them out, and then we're coming over here, cleaning them up, and the bolts. So if you come over here, you can see, so these are clean. Well, oh jeez. These are, this would be dirty, and these are the clean ones. So just clean them up a little bit. Like for example, this is like a dirty bolt, and it's a clean one. It's all in the little details, I guess. But yeah, so we have, this one's dirty, so these need to be cleaned. These are the clean ones. Clean them up a little bit so they're not all gross and nasty. See? So yeah, we're just taking them off. I still gotta clean the bolts to this one. Yeah, we're just taking them off, cleaning them, covering up the holes with some duct tape. And then we're gonna clean the engine again. Well, see over here, it needs to be cleaned a lot. The tighter places really need some nice attention to get them real clean. But yeah, clean it up again. Well, clean it up once and for all, you know. Make sure it's good and ready. And we'll hit it with some engine enamel, some engine paint. And so it's nice gloss black like the rest of it. Yeah, this part isn't going to be seen that much. You're going to have the velocity stacks here, a coolant expansion tank. What else? Yeah, you won't really see this that much, though. That's why, you know, it's not, this will be more than good enough, you know. And then these pieces, as I said before, will get, I think like when the bike's actually like pretty much 99.9% done, then we could take these off before we sell the bike and paint them. But yeah, so let's tape these off, get the last one off, tape the holes off, tape that little hole off a little bit better, clean it up again, or clean it up even better, and start painting it. Alright, and there we go. Obviously, you can tell how these, after the bike's done and it rides and everything's good, these three engine pieces, covers, well, yeah, covers, I guess, will get a nice glossy finish, so it'll look good. Yeah, because of how glossy this is, like, you know, it's just fresh, it makes this look so dull, like the black looks so dull here, but yeah, it's gonna look really good. It came out pretty good. Like, for my track record for my track record of painting stuff, this came out pretty dang good. So yeah, it'll look even better once these three are done. But yeah, so we cleaned it up, painted it, and then here's how she looks. The engine housing and all this, we're not gonna repaint. But I just want the engine to look really good. So yeah, there we go. Hope you guys like this video. This is part 6, I believe now we're on. So yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. Definitely check out custommotorsportprints.com, and peace out. Have a great day. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the delay in videos and the upcoming videos. I'm moving, so I don't have a lot of time to work on it to begin with, but I'm gonna have even less time. But we're pretty much, you know, we just gotta get the frame powder coated, get the rims powder coated. I am not going with this front rim. It's possible to do, but yeah, it's possible to put it on there, but I'm not gonna mess around with that, because if you're off a little bit, you know, making the spacers and stuff like this, it's too dangerous, and it's not worth it for me, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna powder coat the rear rim, and we're gonna powder coat the rear rim. We're gonna use the original front rim and just powder coat them like I'm thinking like a gunmetal gray. I think that'll look pretty good. I'm not too big a fan of black rims, so that's why gunmetal gray. That way, you know, they're not silver, so they're not stock, but they're a little bit darker. So yeah, we're gonna use the original front rim, because it works. You know, there's no point of trying to mess with different brake calipers, all this stuff. It's not worth it. Especially the front end, you know, that's the most important part of the bike, is your front brakes. So not gonna mess with that. But yeah, so powder coat the frame, powder coat the rims, make the seat. I think that's it, but just kind of put it back together, really. And then, of course, figure out the wiring of the gauge. I think I did this correctly, but we will see when it comes to it. I definitely have no idea how to do the neutral switch, or the neutral relay. I have it, but where did it go? Oh, right here. I have no idea how to wire this in, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I think that's the same, something like that. But yeah, put the frame on, we'll get it powder coated, get the rims powder coated, get new tires on the rims. Kind of just start putting it back together, you know? Also, put the new rear master cylinder on there. So we have rear brakes, and yeah, really, that's it. Really, just kind of putting it back together. And then once it's back together, ride it for a little bit. Of course, I want to ride it for a little bit once it's put back together, and then we'll paint the tank, and then we'll do like all the smaller stuff. But yeah, she'll be done soon. She's got to be done soon because I want to ride it. I want to ride it already. I just want to ride the damn thing. So she'll be done soon though, hopefully. Alright, peace out. Have a good night, and stay tuned for the next videos.